Have you ever wondered why your dog always tries to sleep right next to you, even when they already have a soft bed of their own? Is it just a cute habit, or is your dog quietly trying to tell you something important? Most people assume dogs sleep beside their owners for warmth, comfort, or simple routine. But in many cases, the meaning goes much deeper than that. For some dogs, choosing to sleep near you can reflect a sense of safety, a need for connection, the way they respond to the world around them, and even the level of trust they place in you. If you misunderstand this behavior, you might miss some very subtle signals about your dog's emotional needs and what they truly feel when they are with you. In this video, you will discover 6 science-based reasons dogs love sleeping next to their humans. And the final reason may change the way you see this small, tender habit forever. Sleeping beside you may be one of the most ordinary things your dog does, but it can carry far more meaning than most people realize. In this video, we are going to explore 6 of the most common reasons behind that choice. We will look at what your dog's sleeping position may reveal, what is happening emotionally beneath the surface, what science suggests about this behavior, and how you can respond in a way that makes your dog feel even more secure and understood. Because sometimes the place your dog chooses to sleep is not just about rest. It is about comfort, connection, instinct, and trust. First, your dog may simply feel more settled when you are nearby. You can often see this in small, quiet moments. Your dog curls up by your feet, presses their back lightly against your leg, or chooses the edge of your bed instead of an empty space across the room. On the surface, it looks simple, but behavior like this can reveal something important about how your dog regulates stress and comfort. Sleep is one of the most vulnerable states any animal can enter. Even domesticated dogs do not fully let go of awareness the moment they lie down. Their bodies may rest, but their nervous systems are still tuned to safety, familiarity, and change in the environment. That is why the place a dog chooses to sleep matters. It is often the place where their body feels least guarded. Research on dog behavior has shown that dogs tend to rest more calmly and for longer periods when they are near familiar social partners they trust. In practical terms, that means your presence may function like an anchor. Not because you are actively doing anything, but because to your dog, you represent predictability. You are part of the emotional environment that tells them nothing is wrong right now. This is especially noticeable in dogs that have a strong bond with their owners. Some dogs do not just want to be in the same room, they want to be close enough to feel your presence without even opening their eyes. The warmth of your body, the sound of your breathing, even the rhythm of your movement during the night can help create a sense of stability. So if your dog regularly chooses to sleep pressed close to you, do not dismiss it as a random habit. For many dogs, this is one of the quiet ways they seek reassurance. They are not asking for attention in the usual sense. They are choosing the place where it feels easiest to relax. Second, your dog may be seeking something even deeper than comfort. They may be seeking closeness itself. Some dogs do not just sleep near you. They make sure some part of their body is touching yours. A paw rests across your ankle. Their back presses against your leg. Their head settles against your hip. And if you move in the middle of the night, they quietly adjust so that connection is not lost. That kind of behavior often tells you this is not only about finding the warmest spot in the room, it is about staying emotionally connected. Physical contact plays a powerful role in bonding for social animals, and dogs are no exception. Studies, including work from the University of Tokyo in 2015, found that warm interaction between dogs and their owners is linked to increased oxytocin in both. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone because it is associated with attachment, trust, and social connection. In simple terms, closeness can make a relationship feel even safer and stronger on both sides. That helps explain why some dogs seem determined to maintain contact while they sleep. To us, it may look like a small habit. To them, it may be part of how they preserve the bond. Your dog is not only resting beside you, they are choosing to remain connected even in their most quiet and unguarded moments, and sometimes that is what makes this behavior so touching. Your dog does not need words to say that being near you matters. They show it by returning to your side again and again, even in the dark, even when nothing is happening, even when all they want is sleep. If your dog does this too, take a second to appreciate what it really means. These small habits are often part of a much bigger emotional language. So if you want to understand more of the silent signals dogs use to show love, trust, and attachment, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because the most surprising part may not be that your dog wants to stay close to you. It may be what it means when they feel safe enough to fully let go beside you. Third, your dog may not just be choosing to sleep near you. They may also be choosing a position that helps them keep an eye on the room. This is something many owners notice without thinking much about it at first. Their dog settles near the edge of the bed instead of the center, or they lie closer to the bedroom door than to the pillow. Sometimes they sleep with their body relaxed, but their head turned outward, as if part of their attention is still connected to the space around them. That choice can reveal an instinct that has never fully disappeared. Even in rest, dogs often prefer positions that allow them to stay aware of changes in their environment. Research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science in 2018 suggested that dogs often select resting spots that let them relax while still maintaining some awareness of what is happening around them. In other words, rest does not always mean complete disengagement. This does not automatically mean your dog is acting like a guard dog in the dramatic sense. They are not necessarily making a conscious promise to protect you through the night, but some dogs do seem more comfortable when they can monitor sounds, movement, or entry points while they rest. It may simply be the position that feels most natural to them, and that detail matters because it changes how you interpret the behavior. A dog lying near the door is not always anxious. A dog facing outward is not always tense. Sometimes they are completely relaxed, but still choosing a sleeping posture that lets them feel aware of the room around them. So if your dog often sleeps beside you while keeping their body angled toward the door or the open space, do not rush to label it as stress or aggression. In many cases, it is just instinct shaping comfort. Your dog may be resting peacefully while still feeling better in a spot that gives them a quiet sense of awareness. Fourth, your dog may be responding to something you do not always notice in yourself right away. Your emotional state. Many dog owners have experienced this without fully realizing it. On ordinary nights, their dog sleeps nearby, but keeps a little space. Then during a difficult week, after stress, sadness, or emotional exhaustion, that same dog suddenly presses closer, stays longer, or seems more reluctant to leave. It can feel almost uncanny, as if they sensed something before you even said a word. And in many cases, they probably did. Research on canine social cognition suggests that dogs are highly sensitive to human emotional cues. They can respond to facial expressions, tone of voice, body tension, and even patterns of stress-related behavior. Your dog may not understand the story behind your bad day, but they can often detect that something in your energy, movement, or voice is different. That may help explain why some dogs become more physically attached at night when their owners are overwhelmed. Sleep is when the world gets quieter, and quiet often makes emotional shifts more noticeable. If your breathing is heavier, your movements are restless, or your body carries tension, your dog may react by moving closer. Not always to fix anything, and not necessarily in a human-like way, but to stay connected while something feels off. This is part of what makes the bond between humans and dogs feel so profound. Sometimes they respond not to our words, but to the emotional atmosphere around us. They notice the things we carry in silence. So if your dog seems extra close during the nights when you are stressed, sad, or emotionally drained, do not dismiss it too quickly. It may be one of the clearest signs that your dog is more emotionally attuned to you than you ever realized. Fifth, sleeping close to you may reflect something even more fundamental. Your dog may be trying to stay socially connected. For social animals, closeness is not only about comfort, it is also about belonging. Long before dogs shared homes, beds, and daily routines with humans, their ancestors survived in groups where staying near familiar others helped reinforce stability, safety, and social bonds. Resting together was part of what kept the group feeling like a group. That instinct has not disappeared just because dogs now live in human homes. This helps explain why some dogs do not seem satisfied with simply being in the same house. They want to be in the same room. Sometimes even that is not enough. They want to settle close enough to hear you breathe, sense your movement, or feel the small reassurance that you are still there. In that moment, your presence is not just background. It is part of what makes the space feel complete. Research on social species has shown that resting near familiar companions is often associated with group cohesion and reduced stress in safe environments. In other words, closeness can serve a social function as much as a physical one. It helps maintain the invisible thread of togetherness. So when your dog chooses to sleep beside you, they may not only be choosing a comfortable place, they may be expressing something deeper. You are not just the person who feeds them or opens the door. You are part of their inner circle, part of the social world they trust, return to, and feel settled within. Seen this way, sleeping near you is not a small habit at all. It is one of the quiet ways your dog says, "This is where I belong." Finally, there is one reason that may be more powerful than all the others. Your dog may sleep deeply beside you because they trust you completely. This is not just about being near you. It is about what your dog allows themselves to do in your presence. When a dog falls into deep sleep, they are at their most unprotected. Their muscles soften, their reactions slow down, their awareness of the room fades. If they roll onto their side, stretch out fully, or even expose their belly, they are showing a level of physical surrender they would never offer in a place that feels uncertain. That kind of rest is not casual, it is earned. And that is what makes this so meaningful. A dog that sleeps lightly may still be comfortable. A dog that sleeps near you may still love being close. But a dog that truly lets go beside you is showing something even deeper. They trust that they do not need to stay on alert. They trust that while they rest, nothing bad is going to happen. In that moment, your presence becomes part of what allows them to lower every guard they have. This is one of the quietest forms of trust a dog can show, which is why many people overlook it. There are no dramatic gestures, no barking, no tail wagging, no excited greeting, just a body going completely still, fully relaxed, beside the person it believes is safe enough. So if your dog sleeps heavily next to you, startles less when you move, or seems able to sink into a deeper rest only when you are near, do not take that lightly. To your dog, that may be one of the clearest ways of saying, "I feel safe enough to give up control when I am with you." And maybe that is why this small habit feels so emotional once you truly understand it. Because when your dog chooses to sleep beside you, they may not only be seeking warmth, comfort, or connection. They may be placing their vulnerability in your hands. In the end, when your dog chooses to sleep beside you, that small moment may carry far more meaning than it seems. It may mean your presence helps them settle. It may mean they want closeness, comfort, and connection. It may mean they like resting in a place where they can stay aware of the room. It may even mean they are responding to your emotions more closely than you realize. And in the deepest cases, it may mean something incredibly simple and incredibly moving. They trust you enough to rest without fear. That is what makes this behavior so powerful. To us, it can look like an ordinary habit. To a dog, sleep is one of the most vulnerable states there is. So when they choose to spend that vulnerable time right beside you, they are revealing something honest about the bond you share. The next time your dog curls up next to you at night, maybe you will see that moment a little differently. Not just as something cute, but as a quiet act of love, safety, and trust. If you want to understand more of the silent ways dogs communicate with us, subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who loves their dog like family.